So today I wanted to do a little introduction on this video. It's a little different than some of the videos that we have been doing, and it's a little longer than some of the videos that we've been doing, but we wanted to bring this story to you because we feel it's really important and that it needs to be heard. This is a story about Nathan and his service dog, Hooch. And Nathan went through a really traumatic experience that left him basically in his basement recovering. He went through a lot of different emotions during that time and ended up developing a sensory processing disorder. So if you don't know what that is, stay tuned and he will explain it. He will explain some of the things that he's done to overcome it. We get to meet his service dog, Hooch, and he talks about what physical therapy has done for him, and he talks about a new business venture that he's going out into, so we're excited about that. But I really hope that you see this story for the courage that Nathan has. The very first day he came in to see us, it had to take a tremendous amount of courage for him to come in. I hope you enjoy. All right, so I'm Becky Pearson, and I'm here with Nathan, and I wanted to sit down with Nathan because I really think Nathan has a cool story, and you could probably hear Hooch in the background. That is his pride and joy, and we'll get a picture of Hooch here soon. But I wanted to visit with Nathan because you've really overcome a lot of obstacles, which I think is amazing, and I wanted to share your story with people so that they could get to know you, and I wanted to tell people about your new adventure that you're going into. So, so let's go back to the date, I guess, or the year that started the kind of this whole issue of the accident.
Sure. Yeah, that was March 13th, 2015.
2015.
Yeah.
And you were in a rollover semi.
A semi-rollover, yeah.
Yeah.
And was ejected through the roof.
Okay. And when you were ejected through the roof, you broke your back.
My L1 and L2, and most all the ribs on my right side had double fractures. Okay. And dislocated shoulder. Yeah.
Okay. The thing that then happened after that, I mean, you were recovering from your back fracture, and in the meantime, you started to have, I don't know, what would we say, issues with processing different things.
Yeah.
And was that kind of a gradual onset, or was there something more just with the car accident? That was the...
Yeah, well, I noticed it gradually because while my back was healing, I didn't leave the house.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And so I didn't know I had a lot of the issues that I had.
Sure.
Because I was laid up for a long time.
Yeah. And so we fast forward to 2021.
Yeah.
Right? And at the time of the accident, you were living in Oklahoma.
Yeah. Working in the oil field is
okay.
And then that's driving a truck for them is that's when I had the rollover.
Okay. And so you had recovered in the Wichita, Kansas area, and then your dad passed, and then you moved here with your mom.
Yeah.
And so, how long had you lived here before you came in to see me?
I moved here almost exactly a year ago.
Really?
It was the 1st of October.
Okay.
And I came in and saw you and I have it marked on my calendar. But it was in February, I believe, is when I first started.
Okay.
When I first came here.
Okay. So what I want people to know is like how much courage it took you to come in that first day. And because when you go out of your house, every bit of wind, every noise, it just gets you. So if you can kind of describe that.
Any movement at all. You know, I've told you before, when the wind blows, I don't just see, oh, the trees are blowing. I see every branch, every leaf, every blade of grass blowing. You know, put that on top of cars driving by, people walking, any kind of movement at all, and it starts to, I guess, fill up my mind.
It really gets distracting.
Yeah, well, I guess if you can imagine like a water balloon, the more water you put in there, you know, and it gets heavier, and that's what it feels like. But when it starts, then I start noticing like every single color, and I'm trying to process everything, every little sound, every color, every movement, and it physically fills my brain like it's just overly full.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the doctor that referred you had wanted you to come in for what he called sensory processing disorder, right?
Yeah.
And quite honestly, I read the script and I'm like, what am I going to do with that? Because I'm a PT and I'm an outpatient PT, and I've not necessarily seen a lot of people like that. I've worked in a pediatric setting where we worked with kiddos that had some issues with that, but that was usually the occupational therapist would handle that. But we visited that first day, and I just really wanted to understand like where you were coming from and what you were wanting to do. And what I kept circling back at was you couldn't take Hooch for a walk. Right. Without having too much input.
Right, yeah, we couldn't, before I started coming here, like, I couldn't even make it a quarter of a block. I mean, I couldn't make it past 2 houses down from our house.
Okay. There's just too much going on to have that happen, yeah. And so he has this wonderful dog, which I'm gonna take the camera right now, and I'm going to show you Hooch. And hopefully, there's Mr. Hooch. So he is an awesome dog. And the first day you didn't bring Hooch in because you didn't know if I would allow it.
Right.
And you told me that one of the things that really calmed you down was to be able to have Hooch with you. So I'm like, by all means, bring Hooch in here. So everybody at the clinic just loves him.
Yeah.
So, but you had a hat on that day. Did you have sunglasses on that day?
No.
Okay. All right.
No. I had a hat, and I know I was a basket case when I came in.
I think we spent about an hour just talking about, you know, what we were hoping to do. And I didn't know much about sensory processing disorders, but I have a great friend that's an occupational therapist that worked with me in the pediatric setting. So Eva
Dawson,
we got you in contact with her. And then I thought, I'm going to let her help you with the sensory processing, but I know I can help you with some of this back pain stuff.
Yeah.
And so that's how we started your physical therapy journey.
Yeah.
And So.
But you helped with my sensory, and gave me tips, and so now I can walk a lot farther because of that.
Yeah, so let's talk about some of the things that you do now, because now you're able to walk. How far?
I can go a half a mile at one time.
Good.
You know.
Good. Yeah.
So, yeah, and I can do that a couple of times a day.
Yeah. And you have been on a weight loss journey.
Yeah.
And so that helps you with your weight loss. And so since you started your weight loss journey, how much have you lost?
I started at 587, and just as of the other day, I'm at 411.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
So I'm pretty happy about that.
Yeah.
I started that late last summer.
That is amazing. And so you increased your activity level, and then you're on a pretty strict diet. You keep yourself.
Yeah, it's not. I guess to me it's not a diet. I just changed.
Right, it's a lifestyle change.
Yeah. So I do a lot of protein drinks, but I for solid food I changed to pescatarian.
Okay. And so for people that don't know what pescatarian is.
So pescatarian is it's a vegetarian that still eats fish.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so all of our beef producers out there, I'm sorry, but
Hey, I still will occasionally have. Yeah. Okay. I will support it. You know.
Okay. We're in the middle of cow country.
Yeah. That sounds bad.
That's all right. So, so now when you go for a walk, tell me some of the strategies, or tell everybody some of the strategies that you do to help so you don't have to process so much input all the time.
Sure. So hoodie is the first thing, and it's a pretty long hoodie. It comes down pretty far, and I do that to help. You know, peripheral vision is horrible too. I pick up a lot of things. Okay. Sunglasses and noise canceling headphones.
Yeah. Do you ever worry that you're going to get hit by a car? If you can't see and you can't hear.
No, that's where Hooch
That's
comes
where he
in.
comes in. Yes, okay. All right.
Hooch, he knows the path that we take. So I trust him enough where I can just stare at the sidewalk to not look at anything else. And he pretty much leads me around. And if the off chance there is a car, because we go at times I know there's not going to be a lot of traffic. If there is times that there are cars, he moves over. Mm-hmm. And so I know by the way he's pulling that there's a car coming.
Yeah. Do you guys, is there sidewalk pretty much everywhere that you have to go?
Yeah, but I was told that if I want to be a member of this town, you have to walk in the street.
Really? Who told you that?
Because everyone walks in the streets. They hardly ever walk on the sidewalk.
Okay.
But no, there's not always a sidewalk.
Okay.
So I will help the curb. And if there is a sidewalk, I'll use it.
Okay. So the $1 million question, do you carry your baggie in case he's doing his duty on somebody's lawn?
So I carry a humongous, it looks like a backhoe. But it's
so you don't have to touch
it's a little clamp scooper.
Yeah.
And, you know, I do pick up his poop.
Okay,
from
good.
everywhere I go. Because that irritates me if, you know, when someone else's dog, like, does its business in our yard, and I know it's not Hooch because it's only like, you know, sorry. But
it's okay.
He poops like a horse.
Yeah. It's a full-time job just cleaning.
It is, yeah.
Okay, all right. Okay, so we've been cruising right along here, and we were talking about some of the adventures that my kids are doing, or some of the things my kids are doing, which I really appreciate Nathan wearing the Mighty Mavericks. Let me see if I can get this just right. Oh, there we go. Well, I'm going to zoom in there. Mighty Mavericks merchandise cap. And so So we were talking about...
Your kids amaze me.
Well...
Your kids, like, your kids' age just normally don't go out and start something like that.
Well, they wouldn't have if I'd have been like, well, okay, I'll just keep handing you money.
But still, I mean, usually some kids will just sit back and accept the fact that they're broke.
Yeah. Well, my oldest daughter has like really expensive taste, and she really likes to spend a lot of money. So I told her she had to figure out how to pay for that. And so they started braiding, and so we started talking about, because you said you used to braid the rescue bracelets, right?
Yeah, survival bracelets.
Survival bracelets. Okay.
Yeah.
And so we started talking about the scraps that the girls have, because they have a ton of scraps. And I brought some in, and you have just like went gangbusters with it. So so we have some things here. So this is out of the scraps. So anybody that's like horse people that are watching this, you'll know what a bucket strap is, but Nathan just has taken the scraps from what the girls gave him, and he's making these cool bucket straps. So this goes around the handle, and then you can bring this back around and either snap it back onto the handle of the bucket. There's Hooch. or you can snap it into so anyways, so you can hang your bucket up with a really cool looking strap. So Nathan's been doing those, and you've been doing dog leashes. Yeah, and so Nathan is gonna venture out on his own. So everybody that needs a dog leash needs to contact Nathan and Hooch. And you're on Facebook and Instagram.
Facebook and Instagram, yeah.
All right, and so on Facebook, just reach out to you at
Nathan King.
Nathan King, all right.
And it's a picture of Hooch is mine.
Okay, it's the profile. Cover photo, okay.
Or whatever.
Profile picture, whatever it is. Yeah, whatever. A picture of Mr. Hooch.
Yeah.
And then on Instagram, you are...
Dog Days.
Dog Days.
And it's DOGUE.
Okay.
Because he's a Dog Day Bordeaux. That's a French Mastiff.
Okay.
So it's DOGUE _DAZE. Dog Days.
Okay. DOGUE _DAZE. Okay.
Dog Days.
And days.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. And then let me get a video of the cool service dog leash that you have on there. All right. So this one is really neat because it's short and it is very well built. I have been so impressed with what you've done with the braiding. It's awesome. So if somebody has like a special need of a different type of leash, or they have an idea, or maybe they have 2 dogs and like needed 2 leashes with 1 handle, or you're willing to like figure out what they need and okay, all right, okay. Well, I am super excited for you guys. And so we're hooking it on to Hooch. And there it is. All right, cool.
But I also wanted to thank you, because you were the one to give me the hoodie and the sunglasses and the headphones idea. And from that point, sorry, I'm nervous.
It's okay. Take your time.
From that point, being able to get outside, and then the work that you do on my back and my hip and everything, that's allowed me to go further, and it's allowed me to, I guess, think that there's a little more hope than what I had before I came in here.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, and I don't know everything about everything.
Well,
but I'm willing to try to figure it out with people.
Yeah.
And I think that's my that's my goal in life, is to, you know, if I don't know it, I'll sure try to help, either find somebody that is going to be able to help, or we'll figure this stuff out together. And it's a lot of trial and error. And I think I told you that first day, I really don't know much about sensory processing stuff, but if you're willing to, oh, we left you. But if you're willing to experiment with me, then I was willing to do it.
Yeah.
So,
well, you got me, you know, the things that you said you didn't know, you got me in touch with people that did. And I mean, since meeting you and coming here, it's just been a total 180 life change. So
that's awesome.
I'm not that much of a hermit anymore. I still am to a point, and the wind and rain still bothers me a lot, but I can deal with it a lot better now.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I'm not fixed 100% by any means.
But you're working on it.
I am,
And
yeah.
you have, you know, like I said, I am just, I applaud you for the courage that it took the first time to come out, because that had to be scary.
Yeah.
Very scary, like terrifying. So I give you a lot of credit for doing that, and I want everybody to order lots of stuff from you. And so if you can think of something that needs to be braided, talk to Nathan. So my daughters are still going to do the halters, so I'm not underselling them or
they need to
anything like that. But they wanted to have you do all the dog stuff.
Yeah.
And so anybody, if you know anybody with a service dog, reach out to Nathan. He's got a great leash there, and so I think words of encouragement and building the community, and those are all things that are important. So
I think so too.
Okay, all right. We'll sign off for now. Say goodbye, Hooch.
Oh, to me, bye.